And I'll go. Good evening, folks. Don Tyson, Blake Perryman coming to you from the Hinton Coliseum in Hinton, Oklahoma. Semifinals of the Hinton Invitational Tournament. Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs taking on the Christian Heritage Crusaders tonight. Just witnessed the boys contest. It was a dandy. Community Christian defeated Christian Heritage 68-63. Good ball game previous to this one. I'll bring in my partner Blake Perryman. Blake, what's your outlook on tonight's ball game for the Lady Mustangs?
Well, I think if for the people that watched yesterday's game, whether it was in person or if you were sitting on your couch at home, you almost want the same exact outcome. Not only did we win, but we won by a favorable margin, and the team played well on both ends of the court. Reagan Rep had 27 points, and Ginger Bear added 13 to that. So between two of your starters, you had 40 of your, how many did they score, 54?
54 last night,
so
yes, sir.
40 of your 54 points from two people, and you know, you can talk all day about whenever the scoring is balanced, but at the same time, whenever you have people that can simply have a day like that,
right, and
it's hard for them to miss, you can create a lot more opportunities, not only for them, but as the game goes on, if the other team finds a way to stop that, it creates opportunities for everyone else that's on the floor. Again, I hope that we have the same outcome. I'm very optimistic, and not a knock against Gracemont at all, but Christian Heritage beat them 43-31, and you know, if I were to say put Fort Cobb against Gracemont right now, I would say we might beat them by 30. So.
Well, that's pretty optimistic, all right.
I'm definitely pretty optimistic. Right. But I certainly think we'll have a very good ball game between, well, now this is another team that a pretty big school. What are
3A, 3A? Class 3A, yes they are.
So a couple pretty big schools. Boys play a 4A last night. Girls get to play a 3A tonight. So you get to play some pretty good competition, and this is just another one of those games where it'll prepare you for the end of the season.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a very well-run tournament. I'm impressed with Hinton and how they put this tournament on. My friend Jared Holman, one of my Lone Wolf buddies from years ago, is athletic director over here at Hinton, and he does a fine job. And the tournament is on schedule. That's what I like. We're a little late tonight, but the game before had a lot of timeouts and such. But when you play 8 games in one day, it's hard to stay on schedule, but they've done that and been very hospitable to us as we've come over here and helped us any way they can. And it's just a fun tournament to come to. It's not a very far drive, and anyway, appreciate getting to be here. We got some new, got a new sponsor of our broadcast. I found out today, Keystone Foods. They provide the breakfast and lunches for some of the Caddo County schools, and so they've come on board as one of our sponsors this rest of the season. I appreciate those folks. I'd also like to thank the rest of our sponsors, the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, Carnegie Fiber, Ouachita Valley Bank, T-Bird's Convenience Store, and ABC Superior Realty there in Fort Cobb. We're about set to get this one tipped off. The Lady Mustangs will be in their road blue uniforms tonight, so they will be the visitors on the scoreboard, so we'll introduce Fort Cobb lineup first. The Lady Mustangs are a Class B school, and they come into the game with a record of 5 wins and 9 losses. They start a sophomore, number 1, Zoe Brown. A sophomore, number 3, Kalia Silverhorn. A junior, number 12, Ginger Bear. A senior, number 14, Riley Rep. And her sister, number 15, a freshman, Reagan Rep, who had 27 points last night, so as Blake mentioned. So they ought to have some confidence going into tonight's ball game. They defeated Hinton last night, 54-32. The Christian Heritage Crusaders, they start a junior, number 10, Crimson Cleveland. A senior, number 13, Aaron Stanley. A junior, number 22, Natalie French. A freshman, number 30, Ashton Bullard. And a sophomore, number 31, Morgan Hale. The Crusaders are coached by Miss Lisa Little-Jim, and as Blake mentioned, they are a Class 3A school. They have a record of 5 wins and 4 losses. And last night they defeated Gracemont 43-31. I didn't mention Lady Mustangs coach Jana Rogers. This is her first season at Fort Cobb Broxton, moving over from Cordell, and she and her assistant Chelsea Schumpert have done an outstanding job coaching these young ladies this year. Looking forward to trying to make it to the finals of the Hinton Invitational. Fort Cobb will be going right to left on your TV screen. Ginger Bear jumping center against Crimson Cleveland, and the Crusaders win the tip, and they'll have the first crack at it. Lady Mustangs come out in a 2-1-2 zone. I think one of the keys tonight, as we talked about last night, is Ginger staying out of foul trouble. She didn't pick up any fouls last night until the third period, which is a big plus for the Lady Mustangs if we can keep her on the floor. Does a lot of good things when you can pass the ball down to the low block and then kick it out to one of the Reagan or Riley out front and get an open shot. So we need to keep Ginger in the ball game if we can. Pass down low, shot no good, rebound, and putback is no good. Cleveland, they had 3 cracks at it, couldn't get it. Bear comes away with it. Mustangs able to get a stop in the opening possession. There's Riley Rep along the baseline. Last night they were pretty effective at getting it to Bear to start with. There's a 3-pointer right side by Brown, and there Bear goes over the back. Didn't have position that time, Blake, and you just can't really afford to go over the back of someone.
Especially this early in the game.
Right. So she picks up her first foul in the first minute of the contest. And the Mustangs have gone to, it looks like kind of a, well, it's still that 2-3 zone, 2-1-2. And the Crusaders are going to take a timeout. Coach Lisa Little-Jim wants to take a 30-second break to adjust their offense. We'll do the same. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Got a pretty decent crowd over here at Hinton this evening. A lot of Fort Cobb fans sitting right below us here in the Hinton Coliseum. Really a nice venue to watch a basketball game. All the seats are chairback seats, so everybody has a good, comfortable place to sit. And not a bad seat in the house. Really an enjoyable place to play. We came over here tonight, my wife and I did. There's a pass down low, shot off the glass, no good, got her own rebound, and they call her for traveling. In heavy traffic there. Mustangs not doing a great job blocking out Blake so far on the offensive end.
I believe that's 4 offensive rebounds now. Is that correct?
I believe so.
3 or 4.
We're going to have to change that. There's a pass to Silverhorn. Her shot's deflected, but they caught her on the elbow. That was kind of a set play I think we've been working on, and it's going to work really well to get Brown to the free throw line here to shoot 2. But as I was saying, we came over and had lunch or supper at the Main Street Cafe here. Makes the first one. Tell you what, if you're ever over in Hinton and you need something to eat, the Main Street Cafe is pretty good. 1 out of 2 from the line. Rebound by Cleveland. And the Mustangs on top 1-0. Pressure in the backcourt, and Reagan picks her pocket all the way down, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Good hustle that time by Aaron Stanley to knock it away.
Don, you know the way those numbers are colored on their jerseys, it's kind of hard to tell what numbers they are yeah. With the gray on the white.
You ought to have 62-year-old eyes. You'd really see that. There was Reagan all alone. They couldn't get her the ball. Silverhorn left wing 3 off the heel of the basket. The Lady Mustangs track it down out near the center line. There's Riley all alone. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Reagan there with an offensive rebound, but she's behind the backboard. Got the ball back somehow. And there's Riley in the paint. Little half hook shot won't go. Rebound Crusaders. And the ball is going to be lost out of bounds over to Fort Cobb Broxton on a turnover. 5:37 to play, opening period. Lady Mustangs on top 1-0. Neither team's looked real sharp on offense yet.
Well,
Blake.
They might have left some of their made shots in last night's games, but
I think
it's still.
Oh yeah, we're going to snap out of it here pretty quick. I think once we make one or two, I think we'll be rolling.
It's just about the same approach that the Lady Mustangs had last night. Going to take a lot of threes.
Yeah.
It seems.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job on Ginger. They're double teaming her, and Reagan's going to make them pay here. As she almost did there. If they keep giving her open looks like that, we'll be in fine shape. But the Crusaders are really concentrating on doubling on Ginger Bear down on the low block.
I'll tell you what, the Lady Mustangs the last few games have done a really good job of jumping passing lanes, getting a hand on a pass, and even out in the front court near the half court line, poking away a dribble.
Mm-hmm. Last night they for the first time all year that I can recall, they had a full court press, and they kind of pressed a little at the half line and caught a turnover already tonight. So perhaps that's something we can see later on. There's Silverhorn right on cue, intercepts the pass all the way down, but she lost the ball and out of bounds. But the Crusaders knocked it away, so we caught a break there for sure. Be nice to get an open look here and knock one down. Inbounds play to Bear. Shot along the baseline, no good. Got her own rebound, up strong. Off the heel of the basket, no good. Really congested under the goal so far. Not a lot of room to operate down there. Brown poked it away. And it goes out of bounds. They say Brown touched it again and knocked it out. I have a feeling we're going to get enough steals here. We're going to get some easy layups here pretty soon, Blake.
Thing about it, you got to make them.
Right.
I've seen some games, boys specifically, because they move so fast, where we'll have 10, 15, maybe even 20 chances with that, and miss 10 layups out of it.
Silverhorn all the way down, left-handed layup, good. Kalia Silverhorn. She made the layup we're talking about. Pressure in the backcourt, and you can't reach as she split the defenders. And Silverhorn, or that was, they call it on Brown. That's her first personal. I kind of like this pressure. We just don't want to foul, but it's nice to put some pressure on these girls, see if we can't get some easy baskets. Good play by Riley to poke it away. Lady Mustangs on top 3-0. 3:33. Threes are wild here. 3:33 first quarter. 3-0 our score. 3 fouls on total. And near tie up there at the free throw line. Crusaders haven't had too many good looks against the Lady Mustangs defense. The best play, they're wide open under the basket. I spoke too soon as Natalie French got alone wide open for the Crusaders' first basket.
Lady Mustangs kind of looked like they fell asleep on that one. That's most of the time what happens whenever someone goes wide open backside.
There's Bear along the baseline. Couldn't get the shot in that time. That's kind of what they want to happen right there, is get her the ball right in that position.
And at some point you have to think that there will be a foul.
Oh, yeah. She'll start making those. If she can get a one-on-one matchup, most of the time she's been double-teamed. That time it was one-on-one. I think that'll be in our favor eventually if they can keep getting her the ball in that position. Oh, Riley Rep made a nice quick move to intercept that pass. And Silverhorn comes the other way, still has the dribble. Now there's Riley along the baseline, pull up 6-footer, good. Riley Rep with her first basket, and it's 5-2. Once again, pressure in the backcourt. Let it go, and she got good work that time by Ginger. Hustle it down along the baseline.
I was about to say the same thing, just let that one go.
And they tried to force that one into Ginger. She was really an opening that time. Lady Mustangs just need to slow it down a little bit when they get the ball in transition. They're a little bit rushed when they get it in the opening. There's a long three-pointer, no good. Be careful, Ginger. Don't pick up that second foul. Left-handed shot is good by number 31, Morgan Hale. And it's 5-4. 1:29 to play. First period. Need to try to get the ball to Reagan. She hasn't handled it too much tonight. She had that hot hand last night. Like to see her get untracked here. Hadn't had too many touches so far. Lady Mustangs staying in that 2-1-2 zone, doing a good job so far. There's Cleveland with it, going against Bear. Free throw line jumper's no good. Silverhorn with a nice rebound. Minute to play here in opening period. They have one of their taller players guarding Reagan. There she catches in the paint. Shot no good. Kind of forced that one. A little bit hard to get a shot off when you're giving up kind of a height advantage. Reagan rep up ahead to Silverhorn, and she tried to cross over and couldn't handle it. Lost it out of bounds. That's a tough one there. Looked like we were going to have another easy shot.
Ball moves a little bit quicker than the hand. Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit. Pressure in the backcourt. 25 seconds to play. Silverhorn reaches in there and takes it away. Gets it up to Brown. Picks up her dribble. Now she throws it to Bear. Kicks it out to Reagan. Boy, good pass there. We should have had a wide open shot. Nice drive off the backboard, but she's going to pick up the foul. That's a good move by Reagan. Go to the line to shoot a pair. With 11.9 seconds to play. First period. Madison Savage probably going to replace Ginger here in the last few seconds. A good shot by Reagan. She makes the first for her first point of the night. And Savage will replace Ginger. 6-4, Fort Cobb on top. Reagan with a deep breath. Off the back iron, no good. Lady Mustangs 2 for 4 so far. There's Brown at the half line, 5 seconds. Ball intercepted, loose on the floor. Silverhorn to Riley at the buzzer, and they say no. Wouldn't have counted if it would have gone in. They say Lady Mustangs 6, Christian Heritage 4. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
An ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC. Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
Welcome back to Hinton. Blake, have you got the shooting percentages there for the first quarter?
Well, it's not too pretty for either team. Fort Cobb is 2 for 12 from the field, just under 17% there, and they're 0 for 4 from 3. Christian Heritage is 2 for 8, 25%, and they have yet to take a 3 in the ball game.
Yeah, we need to heat up. 2 for 12 is our shooting. Is that what you said?
2 for 12, and we're 2 for 4 at the line.
I think that's going to change. There's Zoe Brown, baseline 3. There you go. Zoe Brown connects from three-point land.
Right on cue.
Absolutely. Lady Mustangs up 9-4 now. Pressure in the backcourt. And that's a little too easy there as Brooklyn Hunt, who checked in a moment ago, got behind the press and was able to get to the rim. We fouled her. Now she'll go to the line to shoot 2, but that was, really don't want to see that easy of a transition into the front court against that press.
Well, they finally figured out easiest way to beat a press like that is to pass.
Right. Yeah, they quit dribbling, right? 9-5 now. She'll have one more. And she makes them both. Yeah, we need to make an adjustment probably on that press. We don't want to give them too many easy looks at it like that. Silverhorn gets around her defender. Pull up 10-footer short. Long rebound out to Reagan. Over to Riley, wide open. Left wing 3. Well, she passed it up. Wish she would have cranked that one from 3 land. Took a dribble inside and missed the shot. It was a good look at it, though. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebound, Reagan Rip. Hands it off to Brown, and here come the Lady Mustangs. Silverhorn to Riley Rip. Silverhorn, left wing 3, no good, rattled out. Rebound, Crimson Cleveland.
They're really getting some good looks, they're just not falling.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, we made a bunch of them last night. I hope they didn't make them all. There's a double dribble on the Crusaders.
And that's already Christian Heritage's 10th turnover.
Ginger Bear is going to check back in, replacing Savage. And back in for Crusaders will be Morgan Hale, replacing Crimson Cleveland.
Tell you what, Crimson Cleveland sounds like she's destined to go to OU.
You know, when I was writing these names down, I thought the same thing. There you go, Reagan Rip, straightaway 3, no good. And tracks out of bounds. Silverhorn saves it, but it goes out along the baseline.
I think it went off of Christian Heritage.
Oh, it did? Oh, great.
She threw it back, and
a good heads-up play there by Silverhorn. I couldn't see that.
I don't know if she meant to do it, but we'll take it.
Well, I think she did.
Give her the benefit of the doubt.
There you go. Reagan Rip, pull up 8-footer, no good. Bear with the rebound, turnaround shot is good. Ginger Bear,
that's
her
what
first
you like
basket.
to see.
Absolutely, 11-6 now our score. Pressure in the backcourt. Need to try to keep it down here if we can. Long pass up ahead, intercepted by Bear after it was tapped by Riley Rip, and that's why you want to play the press right there. And then we get a foul charged to number 23, that's Brooklyn Hunt. Her first personal. I'd like to see Fort Cobb kind of stretch out this lead here and get, I think once we get comfortable, we'll start making some shots, I think.
Don, I sort of remember back when I played basketball, whenever we pressed, I always ran that back spot like Bear does. And that's a fun spot. It's almost like playing safety.
Yeah.
So if you're pretty good at reading passes, you can, and they want to throw it all the way down the court, you can run over there and intercept it pretty easily.
Absolutely. Takes a lot of effort, but like you say, you got to really anticipate well. There's Rep, and they're going to call it for traveling.
It's a good move. I think she just left a little bit before she got the ball on the ground.
Drive along the sideline. They lob it down low and out of bounds. The press is working pretty well, Blake. We had one little hiccup there, but since then it's been pretty solid. Yeah, if we can score on the other end, that would help. Brown handling out front. Over to Riley. Around the perimeter we go. Dump it down low to Bear. Shot off the glass, won't go. Reagan takes it away. Good work there by Reagan. To Silverhorn, over to Zoe Brown, right wing 3 on the way, off the heel of the basket. Riley tracks it down along the baseline, but can't save it. Good hustle that time by the Lady Mustangs. Just don't really have anything to show for it on that trip.
But if you continue to take away possessions, you give yourself a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I think the dam will break here eventually.
There's another turnover.
Yeah, we've Checking back in will be Crimson Cleveland, replacing Morgan Hale.
Don, you're not going to believe this, but Christian Heritage has 10 more turnovers than the Lady Mustangs. They have 14. Fort Cobb has 4.
Yeah, I would believe that. Nice drive by Brown. Now that's a way to force it and take it in there and get a foul. Foul is charged to number 10, Crimson Cleveland. That's the 4th team foul on the Crusaders, 2nd on Cleveland. And Brown at the line, who is 1 out of 2. Crusaders have yet to score here in the 2nd period so far. And Brown makes them both. Good job, Zoe. That's 6 on the night for her, and it's a 13-6 lead. And we'll have a timeout, Crusaders. 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages.
Lady Mustangs starting to stretch out the lead a little bit. If they can keep creating these turnovers. What's the turnover margin you say now? 15-4 maybe, something like
14
that?
to 4.
14 to 4. They get it into the front court this time without a turnover. And the Mustangs are being pretty active on defense. Reagan almost with the steal. We're kind of starting to read their passes a little bit here. Kind of got their offense figured out. There's a drive by Cleveland. And now they'll reset the offense. They lob it into the post, knocked away by Reagan Rep. Good double team that time, up ahead to Silverhorn, ahead of the pack. Reagan Rip all alone, straightaway 3. There you go, Reagan. She drains the 3. That's 4 for her, and it's a 10-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. And there's a travel on the Crusaders. Yeah, this pressure has really affected them on the full court press, has really caused a lot of turnovers. At least Morgan Hale checking back in for Brooklyn Hunt for the Crusaders. I'm not sure where Christian Heritage is located at. Blake, do you have any idea?
I want to say Dell City.
Okay. That's what we want to do, but she missed the shot. Got it down to Ginger Bear on the low block. Most games she'll make that every time. Maybe she's saving them for tomorrow, Reagan, or later in the game.
That'd be nice.
Basket good by Morgan Hale. That's their first basket of the second period. Cuts the lead to 8. And checking in will be Scout Ballard for the first time, replacing Aaron Stanley for the Crusaders. And Zoe Brown walks it into the front court with 3:04 to play, second period. Mustangs have led throughout. Here's Reagan all alone over here. Silverhorn drives, throws up a shot off the backboard, no good. And we're going to have a foul on Ginger Bear, and that's her second. Well, that's one of those you just kind of hope that she would just let them have the rebound and go at the other end. But it was kind of tempting as the girl just held the ball right there. She thought she'd try to take it away from her. Well, they're going to get a 10 count if they don't hurry up here. It's like, had to be close to 9 there. They lob it down low. Rep knocks it away. Savage was on the baseline when she caught it. Yeah, she did. Yeah, we've been pretty successful about defending that pass down on the low block off that press. They lob it into Hale. Reagan Rep takes it away from her. Here comes Reagan into the front court quickly, all the way through the lane. Shot no good. And Hale with the rebound. 2:17 to play first half. Lady Mustangs trying to advance to the championship game tomorrow night. Ball batted from behind, loose on the floor, a tie up, and it's going to stay with the Lady Crusaders. Long way to go in this one, however, before we get thinking about tomorrow night. Good play by Riley Rep once again. Jumped in the passing lane and knocked it away. Reagan in the corner to Sister Riley. Down to Madison Savage. Up and under move, good. Madison Savage with her first basket. Under heavy pressure, back to a 10-point lead for the Mustangs. And there's a drive by Crimson Cleveland, and she lays it in for two. Good strong move there by Crimson. Minute 19 to play in a half. Mustangs being real patient here. It's a good idea. There's Reagan, and they're going to call her for traveling as she move just a little too quick. Aaron Stanley will check in replacing Scout Ballard. Minute to play. And the Crusaders on the attack here to try to trim that lead. Lady Mustangs have led by as many as 10 on 3 occasions, now down to 8. Crimson Cleveland shot good. That's 2 baskets in a row for her. And it's a 6-point ball game, 18-12, 35 seconds to play in the half. Crusaders on a 4-0 run here. Let's need to try to get some of that momentum back here before halftime if we can. I would guess they would probably be content to take the last one. 16 seconds to play. Coach Rogers talking to Zoe about what to do here. 10 seconds to play. She gets a screen from Savage. There's Savage on the pick and roll, and no good.
Never mind.
Well, it was a good shot. Riley had it poked away for a second. There's a half-court heave at the buzzer. No good. Your halftime score, Fort Cobb Broxton 18, Christian Heritage Crusaders 12. Good first half for the Lady Mustangs. They come away with a 6-point lead. We'll turn it over to Blake Perryman for a halftime report. Blake?
Hey, Don, you know, they are out shooting us in percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're 39% from the field. We're 22%. But at the same time, they've taken 13 shots. We've taken 27.
Wow. Well, that's a pretty good difference there, isn't it?
And you can say all day, well, sure, you might shoot. For instance, in the second quarter, they shot 60% from the field. But at the same time, they only got 5 shots off.
Right.
So if you hold them to 5 shots in a quarter, and we took 15 in the second quarter,
probably going to come out on top.
Chances are, if you take more shots than they do, you have more opportunities to make something.
There you go. Good thinking. That's because of all the turnovers, I assume, right?
Exactly. and speaking of turnovers, we have 5. Now, I believe last night at halftime, did we have 3? Does that sound right?
I believe
3
you're
or
right.
4?
I think that's right. Mm-hmm.
Christian Heritage at halftime has as many turnovers as we have points. They have 18 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And they had 9 in the first quarter, 9 in the second quarter. And, you know, I would kind of hope and like it if they continued that. Scoring for the Lady Mustangs, before the game I said, you know, it could either be a balanced scoring or someone could have 27 like Reagan Rep had last night. Tonight it's a little bit more balanced. Zoe Brown has 6. Reagan Rep has 4. Clea Silverhorn, Ginger Bear, and Madison Savage and Riley Rapp all have 2. So the 6 girls that have played are all on the board.
Mm-hmm.
No one has more than 6. Granted, you've only scored 18 points, but whenever you can have multiple people sort of pitching in,
it helps. Yep.
You can space the floor. You can work inside out as we've done quite a bit. And now Ginger had multiple opportunities that she didn't cash in on, but at the same time, you can't make all of them. And whenever you're going up against 2-3 people, it is hard to score. I would think they're going to continue to do that because at some point they're going to have to call a foul.
Right.
Because at some point she's going to go up and draw contact.
Right.
Honestly, I'm sure she could have been at the line 3 or 4 times in the first half, but they didn't call anything.
Right.
But we'll take what we can get.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And really and truly the only thing that's keeping Christian Heritage in the ball game, and this, of course, is because we've taken so many shots, they're out-rebounding us by 11.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But most of the time, they get a rebound, and then they turn it right back over.
Right.
So it sort of evens out, and that's the reason we're only up by 6 when we could be up, 10, 12 at half. But I definitely think we'll go back to the press, and we'll continue to make them not think.
I think what I'm kind of expecting to happen here in the second half is Coach Rogers, who is an excellent tactician, good coach. I suspect she's analyzed this first half, and she's drawing up some plans in the locker room to get Ginger Bear a little bit better looks at the basket, I'm thinking. And I think they'll probably try to keep getting the ball down to her, and I figure we'll draw up some plays to get her some easy looks and stretch this lead out. That's, to me, the little disappointing thing about so far is all the turnovers and all the shots that we've had, and we only have a 6-point lead. That's
exactly.
I'd feel a little better if we could stretch this lead out into double digits and keep it that way. But I suspect it'll happen. We need to take a timeout. We want to thank our sponsors here while we have the opportunity. The ABC Superior Realty, Miss Shelley Dissy, for all your real estate sales needs. Call her at 580-302-1974. T-Bird's Convenience Store, Mr. Travis Birchie, proud supporters of the Mustangs for a long time. Ouachita Valley Bank, another proud supporter of the Mustangs, downtown Fort Cobb, locally owned and operated since 1902. Go down and say hi to those folks. They'd love to see you. Keystone Foods, a new sponsor of ours tonight. They provide the breakfast and lunches at Fort Cobb and at several other Caddo County schools, and we appreciate them being on board with us this year. Carnegie Fiber, for all your internet needs, call 580-654-1002. And the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, Mr. Kent Sexton, give him a call at 580-512-6936. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have second half action. You're listening to Fort Cobb Broxton Mustang Basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
Taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Coliseum about set to start the second half of action. The Lady Mustangs on top 18-12. And it will be Fort Cobb's ball to start the third period. And we're off. See what the Mustangs come up with in their halftime adjustments. In the corner to Reagan. See if we can get some open looks. We got Riley at the high post now. In the corner to Reagan. Baseline tray on the way. No good. Halfway down it came out. I like that attack there. It looked pretty good, putting Riley there at the free throw line to kind of facilitate a little bit. Find some openings. Trying to get Reagan an open shot. I think that's going to prove successful. Good defense there by the Bear and Rep as they had her double teamed. Had to kick it back out front. Near steal by Reagan. Lady Mustangs playing a pretty solid 2-1-2 zone. There goes Riley jumping up in the passing lane and intercepting the pass again. Off to Reagan. Up ahead to Silverhorn. There she is. Riley Rep, left wing three. No good this time. Reagan, nice rebound. Left-handed shot won't go though. Tough luck. Well, we had two good looks at it that time. They'll start falling in a minute. Reagan almost had a steal and a layup there. Ball goes out of bounds off of a Rep, they say. Checking in for the Crusaders will be Brooklyn Hunt, replacing Morgan Hale. And the Crusaders set to inbound underneath their basket. They do not shoot three-pointers, do they, Blake? Have they shot one yet?
I gave the one they shot right before the half from half court. I gave it to them because they released it before the buzzer.
Right, but in their regular offense, they don't. They don't fire from outside.
That was the only true three they've taken.
Right. Yeah, they try to get it as close to the basket as they can. Of course, they really haven't had any openings from three-point line either. The Lady Mustangs have pretty well covered them up. And we're going to have a foul on Reagan out defending Crimson Cleveland. They lob it into Cleveland, back down low. Shot no good. Good defense by Rep. And there's a scrum for it, but it's going to stay with the Crusaders. With 5:50 to play in the third. Nobody has scored yet here in the third period. There's a wide open three on the way. No good that time. Rep with the rebound. Here we go down the other end. They lob it down to Bear, and it was partially deflected, and they turned it over to the Crusaders. She looks like she could have caught that one. We'd had a nice one-on-one opportunity, but couldn't catch it. I've got a trivia question for you tonight, Blake. We tried one last night. But I'm going to wait till the boys' game starts to give it to you.
Okay.
Because it has some relation to the boys. There is a basket by Brooklyn Hunt, and it cuts the lead to 4. They scored 6 straight points. Reagan Rep three-pointer, no good. And the ball is tapped out of bounds off of Crusaders. 18-14. Mustangs led this game in the second period 18-10. No, 18-8, I'm sorry. There's Riley. Shot won't go. Yeah, they led it 18-8. And the Crusaders have scored now 6 in a row, dating back to the second period. Kind of a slow start, to say the least, offensively for the Lady Mustangs here in the third period, kind of like the Crusaders did there in the second period. It took them 4 or 5 minutes to score. Double teamed along the baseline. They lob it back out front. Crimson Cleveland shoots it over Bear. Silverhorn with the rebound. There's Reagan wide open over here. Into Bear, turnaround shot, no good. Boy, she just can't get one to fall tonight, Blake.
Nope, nobody can buy one right now.
Halfway through the third period. I really thought by now we'd have a double-digit lead and be really comfortable. Left-handed turnaround shot is good. And we're going to time out Coach Rogers, as I believe that was Brooklyn Hunt who made that one. Be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Crusaders are on an 8-0 run, Blake. We need to do something to kind of slow this thing down, you know it?
Well, they haven't created as many turnovers as they did in the first half. And it still appears to me that Christian Heritage is struggling to take care of the ball, but they're getting a few more breaks than we are.
Well, we can't, if you don't get to press unless you score.
I guess that's right.
So that's a lot of the problem. There's Bear. There you go. But shot, it's no good, but she's fouled. That we really had a concerted effort that time to get the ball movement. That's a credit to Coach Rogers there to set that up. To set up a plan to get the ball to Bear in front of the basket. Now she needs to convert these free throws. First time at the line tonight for Ginger, and she begins the first. She shot them well last night. I think she was 6 out of 8, as I recall. First time the first points of the quarter and a half for the Lady Mustangs. Misses a second. 19-16. Crusaders with a chance to tie with a three-pointer, as they have not led tonight. Lady Mustangs have led from the opening tap. Bear with the block and a tie-up on the rebound, and it'll go over to Fort Cobb. It's interesting that this Morgan Hale, I think she checks in at every time the clock stops. Well, and we go at the other end, they put Hale in. I guess she's an offensive threat, I suppose. That's why they're putting her in. I don't know. Haven't figured that out yet. They probably put her in to defend Bear, I would assume, because she's a little bit taller than Ginger. Let's see if the Mustang can get a good open look here and make one. They're trying to defend Bear really tight. Cobb doesn't really need to be in a big hurry there. They just be patient, get an open look. They've got the lead. No sense hurrying anything here. Down low to Bear, fumble the pass a bit, gets control of it, shot off the back of the heel of the basket, no good. One of those you either need to hit the backboard or swish it, one of the two, and it was kind of in between. She just hadn't had much luck tonight. Maybe that'll change soon. And they lob it down low and out of bounds. There's a turnover to Fort Cobb with 2:13 to play in the third. Well, we need a basket here in the worst way to kind of get some momentum back here.
I'd put a few dollars down for us to get one right now, you know.
Well, we haven't been able to buy one so far. We got one free throw, and that's it so far in the period. Now, right side to Brown. Thought about a three, one dribble. Over to Riley. Left wing three on the way. No good. Battle for the rebound, and it goes off of the Crusaders. Fort Cobb will maintain possession. Thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you're enjoying watching your Lady Mustangs play tonight. Stay tuned. We'll have the boys' game here in a little bit. Silverhorn three-pointer won't go.
Man, that one looked like it was going to go down.
It really did. I thought it was going. After this ball game, we'll have Fort Cobb Mustangs taking on the Hinton Comets. That was scheduled at 8:20. We're a little bit behind schedule probably, but as soon as this game's over, they'll have about an 8-minute intermission, and then we'll have the boys' game. Ought to be a dandy. Yeah, there's an intercepted pass. They read us like a book on that one. Here they come. Brooklyn Hunt all the way down and dribbled it out of bounds. It'll be turned over to Fort Cobb with 1:09 to play in the third period. And the Mustangs so far are without a field goal here in the third period. They got one free throw, and yet they still lead. That's the good news. And once again, they intercept a pass. That's two in a row that we telegraphed. Turnaround shot's no good, but Reagan Rep there for the rebound. Need to get a little bit more in sync offensively. Riley Rep, three-pointer, good! Riley Rep cans a tray. That's 5 for Riley, and the Lady Mustangs are back up by 6. And Reagan almost had that one. She's been close a few times. That one was really close.
That's the thing about mainly the three-pointer. Now, it could be even a breakaway layup or something like that, but one thing goes right, and you get a little bit of energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Momentum. Got to have some momentum. And there's a turnover. It's going to be jump ball, but it'll stay with the Crusaders with 19.6 seconds to play in the third period. Need to get a stop. Make sure we get block out on the rebound here. Try to score here before the break. They lob it right in front of the basket, and she got hacked on the forearm. I could hear it up here. And the foul is on Riley Rep. And that is Morgan Hale at the line to shoot 2. That's Riley's first personal. And only the second team foul on the Lady Mustangs. This will be Hale's first trip to the line. Left-hander shot's no good. And she'll have one more. And the big left-hander eyes it. No good, but it went in. Spoke too soon. Hit the rim, bounded high, and swished right through. 5-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. 15 seconds to play, and they'll walk it into the front court. There's Riley, top of the key in the corner to Zoe. Gets a screen, three-pointer, no good. 2 seconds, long pass on the other end, and that will do it. After 3 quarters of play, Fort Cobb Broxton 22, Christian Heritage Crusaders 17. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials.
As we get set to start the fourth period of play, it will be Fort Cobb Broxton basketball with a 5-point lead. Trying to hang on here. We had second period, we had multiple times we had 10-point lead. Really had things going our way, but third quarter we had a little trouble scoring. We managed only 4 points in that period. But we still have the 5-point lead. There's Riley, three-pointer, no good this time. Reagan there with a nice rebound, and she's going to be fouled on a putback. So this could work out really well here with Reagan at the line. First foul on Morgan Hale. And Reagan Rep, who has 4 points on the night, is 1 out of 2 from the line. Will be shooting 2 here. And she makes the first. Good job, Reagan. I've got a granddaughter named Reagan. I really think a lot of that name. I like saying good job, Reagan. She'll have one more. And she makes them both. Back to a 7-point lead for the Lady Mustangs, 24-17. Just underway in the fourth period, getting down to crunch time here. Trying to advance to the championship game tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. Big ball game here for the Lady Mustangs. There, Reagan almost had it that time. She's anticipated that 3 or 4 times. She gets closer every time. It's just a matter of 1 or 2 more of those. Here comes Bear. Good stop that time by the Lady Mustangs. Boy, they had Reagan once again. Every time she's wide open over here, they're looking the other direction. Here she is. Brown, right wing 3. Good! Zoe Brown. That's her second tray for Zoe, and it's a 10-point lead again. 9 points for Zoe. And you can see the Lady Mustangs, when they make a basket, they've got a lot more energy in their step, certainly, as Blake mentioned a while ago. And there's going to be a turnover. Should have been. I think she was back court, but they're going to call a time. Coach Rogers called the timeout immediately. Good heads-up play there by Coach Rogers. 30-second timeout. We'll just keep it right here. I'd like to give us an opportunity to thank our sponsors once again. Shelley Dissey, the ABC Superior Realty. Give her a call if you got some real estate to sell at 580-302-1974. T-Birds Convenience Store, Mr. Travis Bochy, for all your convenience items. Ouachita Valley Bank, serving the community since 1902, proudly supporting the Mustangs for many, many years. Keystone Foods out of Stillwater. They provide breakfast and lunch for Fort Cobb Broxton schools and many Caddo County schools, and we thank for their sponsorship. Carnegie Fiber and Southwest Oklahoma Driving School. Thanks to all those folks. It'll be Fort Cobb's ball with 6:48 to play. Trying to build on a 10-point lead. Oh my, long cross-court pass by Brown. She put some mustard on that one, Blake, and it sailed right up there into the third row. Turnover to the Crusaders. See if we can get it back here. They run a weave out front. There's a three-pointer, high arcing 3 off the back iron. Reagan Rep with a nice rebound, and here she comes racing it up the floor, and she lost it. 2 turnovers in a row by the Lady Mustangs with an opportunity to really stretch the lead out. That's why coaches have gray hair, I think, Blake. Some of them, you reckon?
Well,
ours doesn't, but
some coaches do.
Some coaches do. Three-pointer on the way, no good. They get their own rebound. Crimson Cleveland puts it up, no good, but it's tapped over to Zoe Brown, and the Mustangs kind of dodged a couple of bullets there. Now they'll kind of slow things down. I think that'd be a great idea. Kind of burn a little clock here with this 10-point lead. As long as they're not pressuring us, we can just play catch with it out there. Just try not to turn the ball over here. There's a pass down to Bear. Nice move. Bumped and fouled by Morgan Hale. You know, that's pretty well automatic. If you can get, if Ginger can get her defender isolated like that in front of the basket, it's as tall as she is, she'll pick up a foul almost every time.
That's just about the only way you can stop her. Now tonight she's I don't believe she has a field goal, does she?
Yeah, she has one.
She has one? Okay. Well, on an ordinary night for her, you know, she'll make 5 or 6 a game.
That's right.
Fouling her is just about the only way to stop her, and even then she's really a pretty good free throw
she's
shooter.
3 out of 4 so far tonight. It's a 12-point lead for Fort Cobb, biggest of the game.
That's a double dribble. I don't
5-0, I believe you're right.
That,
5 minutes to play. They pass it down low. Bear knocked it away, and then it's tied up. And it will go to Fort Cobb on the alternating possession. And Kalia Silverhorn will inbound. Oh, now they're going to say it's White's ball. I guess they didn't switch the arrow the last time. Nobody seems to be in a real big hurry to go get it. And now I think we're set. Well, she's wide open. Straightaway 3. High off the back iron. And Bear with the rebound. And Coach Rogers putting up the stop signs. And slow down here, girls.
Burn some clock.
You would think a 12-point lead would almost be insurmountable at this point, as the Crusaders have yet to score here. That's kind of the way the game's been. They have yet to score here in the 4th period. Reagan Rep wide open, 3-pointer no good. They did this in the 2nd period. They had a scoring drought for like 5 minutes before they scored, so that's what they've done here in the 4th period as well. They're almost halfway through it. There's a 3-pointer, good. That time she made it. That's Ashton Bullard, her first basket of the night, and it's a 9-point ball game now, 29-20. 3:46 to play. Zoe Brown dribbling out front, gets away from her defender pretty well. Now over to Silverhorn. Now Riley closely guarded, picks up her dribble over to Silverhorn. Kind of making me nervous all of a sudden, Blake. They putting pressure on us out near the center line. Brown gets by her defender and gets into the opening for a minute. We have burned about 30 seconds here. That's a positive.
Well, you can kind of drive and kick.
There we go. Right there's what you want. Pass it into Bear for an easy 2.
That'll also work.
That's what we want right there. That's 7 for Ginger, and it's back to an 11-point lead for Fort Cobb Broxton, just under 3 minutes to play. Now, if we just play good, smart defense and box out on their shots, we should be okay here. 3-pointer on the way, no good, but they get the rebound. Turnaround shot by Cleveland's no good, and Silverhorn taps it out of bounds. And checking in will be Brooklyn Hunt, replacing Morgan Hale. And the Crusaders will inbound into Hunt. They made 1 3-pointer so far today, Blake. I think I'm right on
That's correct.
There's Morgan Hunt. Shot no good. Got her rebound twice. And she made it the 3rd time. Morgan Hunt makes her 3rd basket. With 2:15 to play, a 9-point lead for Fort Cobb Broxton. There's Reagan Rep on the curl, and they call her for traveling. Getting a little dicey here all of a sudden, Blake. 2:08 to play. And checking back in will be Scout Ballard. Got to close this thing out here, girls. Ginger Bear poked it away briefly, but they get it back. Cross-court pass. Down low, goes off a foot and out of bounds. That'll be a turnover to Fort Cobb. That's what we needed.
It's the 24th turnover for Christian Heritage tonight.
Got more turnovers than points so far. Silverhorn into the front court, doing a good job. Trying to burn up that clock with 1:40 to play. Brown handling out front. Doing a nice job. Gets by her defender and gets the count to stop, and then she dribbles back out. And now gets it over to Reagan. That's not what we don't want the one dribble deal. That doesn't work. Got to keep your dribble alive. Silverhorn needs to get rid of it. Behind the back dribble. Good job. And there's a 1:10 to play. So they burn up 30 seconds again. Brown into the by her defender all the way to the corner. I don't think they're really trying to score it tomorrow.
I don't know if that's their
just keep away playing right now. In the corner to Riley Rep, and she'll dribble out. Picks up her dribble. And we're going to need a tight timeout. And Coach Rogers takes the timeout with 51 seconds to play. It will be a full timeout. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community.
31-22 our score. Lady Mustangs with the lead and the basketball with 51.2 seconds to play. If they win this contest, they will be playing for the championship tomorrow evening of the Hinton Invitational Tournament. If they can hold on to this lead for another 51 seconds. They get the ball into Rep. Now we just need to hang on to the ball, let them foul us. They only have 3 team fouls, so 42 seconds. They poke it away from Rep, and he goes out of bounds, and it's going to, good heads up play by Zoe as she screened him off there so it would go out of bounds so we could keep possession of it. Got to be strong with the basketball because they're really going to be poking at it. And Silverhorn set to inbound. They get it into Rep. And don't pick up, yes she did, over to Brown. 33 seconds to play. And I believe we're going to be able to hang on here. There's Brown doing a good job. 22 seconds to play. And the Crusaders don't seem to be too interested in doing anything about it. I think that's probably going to do it. If they just don't lose the ball here. 9 seconds, and we're going to have a, what do he call? He called it 5 seconds.
Wow.
Well, right. I didn't think anybody was close to it.
Of course, he calls it right as she shakes her off.
Yeah, well, that's okay. There's 8 seconds to play. Thank goodness it's not a one-possession game.
That's right.
Into the front court, the Crusaders have it down to 5 seconds. There's a three-pointer on the way. No good. Silverhorn will rebound it, and that will do it. Your final score, the Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs 31 and the Christian Heritage Crusaders 22. So congratulations to Coach Rogers and the Lady Mustangs if they have advanced to play in the championship game tomorrow evening against the, I believe it'll be Community Christian Royals, if I'm not mistaken. And that will be on the air at approximately 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. So great job tonight, Lady Mustangs, on the big victory, and look forward to seeing them tomorrow night playing for the championship. We'll turn it over to Blake Perryman now for the post-game wrap-up. Blake?
You know, Don, if I'm a team in Class B that's sitting at home tonight or maybe playing at this point in time, and you may or may not be watching this game, but if you are, you might be a little bit worried because Fort Cobb's not ranked. They're 6-9, I believe.
Right, they are now, yep.
But they've won 4 straight. They beat, I believe, all 4 teams that they've beaten are of a higher class, and they just keep getting better. And the last couple games specifically, they've done an amazing job of creating turnovers. They know now, I believe each player knows their role, and they play their roles quite well. And of the last 2 games, they've had 11 turnovers and 12 turnovers. And that is a drastic improvement from what we saw in the first semester. In the 20s, I think one game they might have had 30, if I'm not mistaken there. Now, at the same time, I would like, shot selection wasn't bad at times, but also sometimes it could be a little bit better. Lady Mustangs finished 21% from the field at 9 for 42 and 4 for 19 from 3. And making 4 threes isn't a bad thing, but taking 19 of them.
Well, we didn't shoot it very well as well as we did last night, for sure. I don't think.
I hope and I think tomorrow will be a little bit different for them. The good thing about it is we went 9 for 12 from the free throw line,
right? And
we win by 9 points.
There you go. Yep.
Scoring for the Lady Mustangs, Zoe Brown leads all scorers. She finishes with 9 points. Reagan Rep 6, Ginger Bear 7, Riley Rep 5, Madison Savage and Clea Silverhorn both with 2. And Reagan continues to do it on both ends of the floor. She had 6 points, but 8 rebounds tonight for her.
Right, did a good job.
Lady Mustangs, again, same thing as they had last night. They had 14 steals. So you can create a turnover one of 2 ways. You can either put so much pressure on the ball you just force them to turn it over themselves, or you can just straight up take it away from them. And they have a good mixture of both of those things. All 3 of the guards, Silverhorn, Brown, and Reagan Rep, are really good on-ball defenders. And then you have Bear and Riley Rep down low that anytime Christian Heritage tried to get the ball into the post, it seemed like one of them got a hand on the ball.
Yes, they did.
So whenever you can have good perimeter defenders and have people that understand how to, if they're even sealed off in the post, how to get around and get a hand on a pass, you can make a lot of good things happen. So I'm once again very impressed by their performance tonight, and I look forward to what they bring for us tomorrow in the finals.
All right, thank you very much, Blake. Great job. Yeah, I agree. I didn't think we played as well tonight as we did last night. We didn't shoot it as well, I didn't think. But tomorrow night, playing for the championship game, you would think they would have a lot of energy and a lot of excitement, and the intensity level will be up quite a bit, I'm sure. And look forward to watching them play for the championship tomorrow evening. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to have the boys contest, the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs taking on the Hinton Comets. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on fcbmustangs.tv.
We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging work seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.